Now, a key thing in designing goals and keeping up with them and actually achieving them is giving feedback of how close you are to achieving that goal. For instance, in many games, you will get experience points showing you how many more points you need to get to the next level. Sometimes you'll have a map to show you, okay, I've gotten so far, but I need to get so much further. Or it looks like I've got the good items, I can now go further, and things are changing. And hey, it looks like the game realm is changing, so I must be doing good. How do we do this? Well, we use something called feedback loops. To figure out when a goal is reached, you need something called feedback loops. Now, feedback loops, funny enough, are also something very handy in being able to track human behavior, because most human behavior can be tracked in habitual feedback loops. A habit is basically partaking multiple times into a certain feedback loop whereby the neurons in our brains start to see these different similarities and loops happening, and they get stronger and stronger together. When we provide new games, right, and we start engaging and tackling these feedback loops of players, giving them an extra challenge, we're actually able to hack into those habits and feedback loops and see if we can change them. How does a feedback loop work? It all starts with a cue. There's a visual cue, an audio cue, a smell cue, a taste cue. Some kind of cue happens, right, to start the program sequence. And that's what happens. The cue then starts a routine of neurons. So for instance, we see something happen and cue goes in, signal goes in into our brain. All of a sudden, all these neurons are firing off and doing their little routine. And then that routine is then it gets some kind of reward or outcome that comes from that. And that reward is then the next cue to say, okay, that routine is quit. Now, I can imagine that's a little crazy to understand, so let's just take an example to look at.